We the youth who rise up, one day at a time, carry the world on our shoulders like Atlas held up the sky. So each time that we sigh, breathe, scream, beg for our lives, then the earth starts to shake, thunder roars down our cries. We the youth feel a pain each time one of us dies. It's a cut to our souls like a stab in the side. It's that heart-wrenching ache that we feel when we cry, sobs that sandpaper our throats, burn like wounds filled with lime. We the youth who rise up, one day at a time, will someday sort out your wars and forgive you your crimes. We watch continents divide as you drew lines to separate, and when asked to fight those battles, we willingly cross those lines as bait. We've asked for your help, but we get no reply. We were thrown far from the nest like birds learning to fly, but we fell straight to the ground where sirens echo our shouts, and right here on cracked concrete you let us bleed out. Our blood feeds these streets, so now babies with guns aim blind and shoot fast, so we kill and are stunned by the weight of a gun, cold in small fragile hands that are shaking from fear of what we don't understand. There's no death more tragic than the ones we could avoid, like a child dying of hunger while grown-ups play with their toys. Every dream we lose sight of, another of us is destroyed. We the youth who rise up understand what it means to be part of a city, but to never be seen. We exist in the shadows and messages written on walls. See the poetry we write sprayed in black urban scrawl. Hear the words that we scream as we climb up on stage. You should fear our emotions because we're so filled with rage, but we want to calm down. See the change that you say can exist if we somehow agree to engage in a movement, an act that could unite us all. We take the first step and the rest will follow. We the youth let you lead and got trapped in your hate. So to undo what you've done now, we've got to create, to take back and push forward, find a way to translate to the world and each other that greatness is our fate.
Yeah. I skip over clouds and cross continents like bridges in search of connection to embrace my grandmother land and its richness. I can imagine the difficulty. Reaching into the past is no easy task when form is made never to last past the grasping hands of time. Travel to Durban, South African streets to find memory modestly mimicking eternity as I stand on Zulu Kingdom land, seeing similarities in cultures band together, spinning on the palm of my hand. I let deja vu give clues as proof to volume, speaking directly to migration patterns between clans and continents, using hot and cold water currents to travel constantly, guided by star maps dangling over blue sky, infinitely bearing witness to the voyages, an age-old black and brown exchange before Europe interrupted in Creator's name, ordained chains and choke and chastise human frames. Before the inhumane treatment, we was humans reaping the benefit of trade between distant relatives who left relics and gifts, preserved as fossils in red earth like fingerprints, as if to say we was here first. Left sun and moon pyramids to lurk in jungles masked in rebirth, without a wet nurse present to facilitate this labor of love. So I put on gloves and roll up sleeves and begin to dig deep into the graves of history. Let brave souls repeatedly haunt the hallways of our memory until raw roots with linked legacies like windows display how much alike we are. We wear the scars that welts from whips of slavery. Sweat has dripped from our chin from laboring in the fields of injustice, shot and killed like Oscar Grant by police brutality, segregated on American streets like apartheid in South Africa, revealing the overlooked truth that basically I am the other you, you are the other me, a people bound by struggle and resilience. Our parents and grandparents in millions marched the streets like Gandhi with Dolores Huerta, Cesar Chavez, Martin Luther King, Fannie Lou Hamer, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X to defeat the wrath of picking grapes without breaks or appropriate living quarters. Stop depositing quarters on slots into public transit bus stops to look Jim Crow in the face with a roaring fire burning in our eyes, a look that would make Willie Lynch flinch in his grave as we proclaim from slum hallways across the nation, America, we have something you can never take. Together we stand, hands held in a circle like dream catchers, revealing the greatness of our stature back into existence, back so we can witness where brown and black meet to create a melanin mosaic masterpiece unveiled in the gallery of our streets.
I'm feeling kind of strange, staring out this window pane, looking at the planes. I'm going insane. Trying to build sentences that make sense, though I doubt it hardly makes a change. Trying to make some change. A little money in my pocket wallet, I would call it, but nobody knows my name. It's a shame. I'm trying to get my name around, but there's no way out. Even Jay-Z wouldn't give a damn. Dash past the nonsense, I'm trying to leave it in my past conscious, but this past of mine catches up with me. I wish I could spend $1.50 in cash for the high. I could just smoke the ashes. I started at the bottom, now I'm at the bottom. Looking at the top, hoping pieces fall like autumn. Please pardon me for speaking my mind, but I felt it's about time that I spoke my piece.
Ancient frescoes drown within their souls at the bottom of the sea level, where oceans of forgotten skies lay waiting for the rise of us. The heat is from the heavens, down below, creating a whole new underworld for the hell in the Hades, bringing love for the unknown. I have birds of tear-crying waterfalls from unborn souls of petrified genocide stones, waiting on the arrival of the new living lifestyles where we have been keeping it real, no fake smiles, being unique, my own mind, unknown sunrise, waiting for the sundown, a blue moon coyote howling at the youth, like singing crickets, shivering, bringing medicine through, cold weather enemies, meeting ends at crossroads between hell and heaven, where we found the last lands of Eden.
I'm on the 10 freeway in the heart of LA. Folks looking straight ahead, I let mine sway. They want an exit sign, I already found mine. As fresh paint portals open up on either side, see it's more than just a road. This is a museum with rotating exhibits, but most of us don't see them. Aerosol flowers exploding in mid-air. Misunderstood, they missed the message we want to share. Yo, you're alive. This city's not static. It becomes a universe with an artist looking at it. In fact, a new world's on the edge of being born. At any given minute, if somebody gives it form, so we give it. Around the globe, every city gets it, the gift that we call a crime when we forget that solutions always come from those who see it different, see a blank slate and know there's a way to create with it. That's the whole point of living, to transform what is given, not to recreate the same thing because we're familiar with it. Bursting with creativity, we call it vandalism, but that kid you just suspended could have changed the whole system. And Lord knows we need it. How to do something new? Ask the youth who just tagged up your school bathroom. Because he's trying to send a message, but we don't heed the call. This world is a mural, we should all learn to scrawl. Or the canvas stays empty, no new ideas at all. You want to build a future, read the writing on the wall.